Hello everyone, Marty here. Today we're gonna make some pizza. I've been requested to show you how I make my pizza, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let me show you first the items that I use and then we're gonna get started making it. So first of all, we're gonna start with the pizza crust, which I pick up at Dollar Tree, and it's the Camilo's Pizza. They usually have it there. It comes with two and they are 7-inch, and they also have the larger ones that are thin crust. So I like to pick up these as well, especially if you are in a low carb diet. These are perfect. Then I also pick up some pepperoni. They do have these kind of pepperoni at Dollar Tree and also at the 99-cent store. I use mozzarella cheese, and I buy this at Sam's Club in bulk. I freeze it and then I just kind of pull out as much as I need at the time that I need it so it doesn't go bad. I pick up some Rinaldi pizza sauce, which I also find at Dollar Tree. Some Pampa olives, which I find at Dollar Tree as well. I like to use extra virgin olive oil. Now, you can use pretty much any kind of oil, but ideally you would need olive oil. It doesn't have to be extra virgin, it's just what I like to use. Also, I want to mention that I found this bottle at the 99-cent store. Also, I use some stir fry. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree as well, and I just want to mention the difference between these two in case you do see these two brands, which are the ones that are commonly there. This one right here is called Mabel's brand. It says it right up there. And so these right here come in strips. They're not really huge strips, but it is in strips. And then these here, it looks like they would be in strips, but they're actually not. These are actually finely chopped, and these are the Jennifer's Garden brand. Both of these are really good, but I prefer these only because I like them to be more finely chopped in my pizzas, but it's all a matter of preference. Then I also like to use some sun-dried tomatoes. I find these at the 99-cent store. I like the strips, and they also have halves, by the way, but sometimes if I can't find the strips, I use the halves. So these are the items that I like to use for my pizzas. Now pizzas, they're like sandwiches. You could pretty much use whatever you want in them, but this is how I make mine. And so let's get started making them. So the first thing I like to do is pour a little olive oil over the crust. I like to do that so that the crust is nice and crispy, and it's not so dry. So this is what I do. Oops, I put a little too much there, but that's okay. You could put as much as you want, and then you could just get it and spread it around on all of them. So yeah, just remember to get the crust really good and just spread it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just remember to get the edges so that the edges are not dry. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. As you guys saw, I poured way too much on one of them, but I just like to spread the love on all of them. And by the way, I found this at the Dollar Tree. They have a lot of Betty Crocker kitchenware and things like that, so that's where I picked this little rubber brush at. So yeah, let's finish doing that. And I'm going to do that on all of the pizza crusts. After you've spread out all of the olive oil all on the crusts, I like to put the pizza sauce next, and I just pour it straight from the jar a little bit like that, and then we'll spread it around after we pour some. And this little jar right here that they sell at the Dollar Tree, it has 14 ounces. This is enough to make 4 small pizzas and then 1 large one. And that's all I use for all of them, and I do make them really nice and saucy. So yeah, that's what I do, guys. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, and right now I'm just not being perfect at all because I am trying to film with one hand and do this with the other. So you just take your little brush that you used for the oil, and you just kind of spread it around. And you could put as much or as little as you want. And you do that on all of the pizzas. And on these have a really nice crust. So look at how saucy I like it. Really saucy. So anyway, so these right here, it's nice because it keeps the sauce in. On the thin crust, it's a little trickier because it doesn't have that edge. But it doesn't matter. You could just do it however you want, like I said. It's not a thing that needs a lot of precision, something that's really nice and easy to do. Anybody can do this. This is also something really nice to do with your kids or to teach your teens to do, so that whenever they want something to eat, they feel like pizza, they could just grab the items and do it themselves, because it's so easy. Okay guys, so we're going to, oh, by the way, I want to mention these tin, whatever they're called, not tin, but the pizza pans. I found these at the Dollar Tree. These are the smaller ones, so these will fit like a large size pizza, not an extra large, but like a large size. So you can find these for $1 as well. I found this larger one at Fry's, but like I said, if you, yeah, I think I paid like about $5 or $6 for this one. It wasn't that expensive either, but these are for $1 if it's a nice large size, and yeah, that way you only spend $1. Let's move on to the next step. Now that we have put the sauce on all of our pizza crusts, I'm going to go ahead and put a thin layer of the mozzarella cheese on top. I like to put mozzarella cheese over it twice, but that's what I start off with, and it's also what I end up with, only because we really like our pizzas nice and cheesy, and we like to put the items kind of in the middle between the cheeses, kind of sandwiches it in. So that's, like I said, it's all a matter of preference. Next, we're gonna go in with the pepperoni. I went ahead and I placed it in one of these small bowls, which you could also find at Dollar Tree, by the way. These come 3 in a pack for $1. So I believe it's 3, 2 or 3 of them. Anyways, so this is one box of the pepperoni, and usually that's all we need for all of these pizzas. It just depends how much pepperoni you like, and so you just kind of throw it in there however sparingly. And we're not that crazy about pepperoni, so just a few pepperonis on each will do for us. And so that's what I do, just put some pepperoni on top. Make sure you don't put all of your toppings right in the center, because then it'll be like a mountain, a pile. Just kind of spread it evenly on all of your pizzas, and you should be good to go. And yeah, guys, that's all pretty much how we do it. Very easy, very simple. Sorry if I'm moving the camera all over the place. This is my first time filming, like cooking and filming at the same time, so it's not gonna be pretty, but that's okay. Our stomachs won't mind how pretty. The next thing I like to go in with is the olives. I have the olives all chopped in here. I drained and chopped them before I put them in this little bowl, and you could chop them however you like. I just do it really random, take a big knife and just kind of go at it. And so we're gonna go ahead and top our pizza with this, and you just put this over all of your pizzas however much you like. My daughter doesn't like olives, so I always try to skip at least 1 or 2 of them without the olives. But yep, that's all you do. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the stir fry. I usually actually put the stir fry before I put the olives, but yeah, I kind of messed up, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, pizzas are just like sandwiches. You can do whatever you want with them. So we're gonna go ahead and put some of the stir fry over, and you could put as much as you like. Look how pretty that looks with veggies. I love veggies on my pizza. Some people don't like them, but I love them. So especially stir fry, this is a perfect topping for me, because it has the onions and the bell peppers and all of that good stuff. So yeah, and always you might get your hands a little dirty, because you'll need to kind of spread out things. You don't want to put everything in the center, so make sure everything's nicely spread out. You could just lightly tap it to the sides. After we have all of our veggies all evenly spread, I like to go in with some sun-dried tomatoes. And these are the ones that I picked up at the 99-cent store. There's different types of sun-dried tomatoes out there, so just the ones that you like. These are a little bit wet. They're not like dry, but it's fine. They taste really good. I use up about one bag of the sun-dried tomatoes, sometimes even two, because my daughter really likes them. And also the stir fry, I use a whole bag only because we really like the veggies. So yeah, my daughter really likes these, so I like to pile it on for her and just kind of sparingly put it all over the others. And this is just one pack. Okay guys, next we're gonna put some mozzarella cheese over these again, just to kind of top it off. So let's do that. Just spread it over however much you like it. Remember to get the edges, because we tend to kind of put things in the center usually. So just spread it out. Man, it's challenging to record and do all this at the same time, guys. It's not easy. It's really challenging. So I'm doing my best. Let's see here. Yep, and so that's all you do. After you've topped your pizzas, you have them how you like them, then you can go ahead and stick these in the oven. And what I like to do is I like to set my oven at 400 degrees, and I stick these in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's all it needs. And you could tell by the crust will get nice and golden a little bit, and then you'll also notice that the cheese will melt. So that's how you'll tell when they're ready. So between 10 to 15 minutes is the average. And yeah guys, that's pretty much all we do. And I will show you the finished product when I take them out of the oven. So here we have the finished product. I left these in the oven a little longer than the 15 minutes because, as you guys saw, I did use some frozen toppings. If you use all fresh toppings, it'll take about 15 minutes. But if you do use frozen toppings, it'll take you a little longer. I think I left these in there for about 20 minutes or so, or maybe a little longer. And so yeah, they're ready to go and they're really yummy. Also, I want to point out, I did find this pizza cutter. Oops, I have sauce on my finger there. But I did find this pizza cutter at the Dollar Tree as well. It is a Betty Crocker brand and it works really well. I also found these oven mitts at the Dollar Tree. So you can also get these kind of things at the Dollar Tree. And then I just want to show you a little breakdown of the cost of making these pizzas. And so all of these pizzas are about, it's kind of like having two large supreme pizzas, I would say, because it's 4 small ones and a large one. And so this is the breakdown of it. And so as you can see, it'll cost you about approximately $9 to make all of this. And so it's really nice and budget friendly, and you can make it however you like it and put as much as you like, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. So yeah guys, that was how I make my pizzas. I hope this helped, that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a beautiful day, and until next time.